that Brent No Luck Williams has. He wants that belt. He's driven to get that belt. Omar already has the belt, so it takes a lot more to keep it than it does to get it. So I'm interested to see.
If there's one thing that Brent Williams is not lacking at all, it's drive.
And good shoes.
Yeah, he's got some good shoes.
It is Omer.
True sneakerhead.
Omer Hassan.
He did a good job on that one. I would have jacked it up.
That's a good one. Good job, Sam. I think he's called enough of Omer's fights. And Omer Hassan, from Sudan, originally was with Stephen Coble. Now he's fighting out of the Matrix MMA corner. I believe this is his first fight with Matrix MMA, at least the first fight of his that I've called where he's been with Matrix MMA. Been a while since we've seen this guy, more than a year for me, so I'm pretty interested to see how he's changed, how dynamic he's become. This guy's got incredibly fast kicks. His kick game is unmatched by a large part of this weight class. 135-pound title on the line here. And Omer won the belt in his last outing at Fight For It. Looking to defend it for the first time here tonight.
And he's surely looking confident, cocky, cool, collected.
His opponent making their way to the ring. Brent No Luck Williams.
There he is in the tie shorts.
Ooh, I like the color.
Just in case you thought he was a grappler, coming out with the tie shorts on is Brent Williams.
I like the orange.
Representing Jim O. Might have a little something to do with the color selection there.
There we go, there we go.
It's been interesting over the last 3 years to watch Brent Williams change from his debut all the way back there in the LP Friends baseball stadium, Fight For It 7, to now seeing him as definitely a man. Both these guys, really, both these guys.
Corner, stand 5'7" tall with a 3-3 record in the cage, fighting out of the Matrix MMA. It's Omer.
So Brent Williams got the reach.
And his opponent standing 5'10" tall, looking to stay undefeated with a 2-0 record in the cage, fighting out of Jim O. It's Brent No Luck Williams. Gets in for the 135-pound title fight. Fighters.
All right, 135-pound title on the line.
Make some noise. 135-pound
This is it for this. All the cookies, baby.
On the line.
Touch of the gloves. Inside
Brent
leg
Williams
kick to
start things off with a leg kick. And
Omar's going in hard first. Oh, okay, Brent.
Now, I spoke to Brent a little bit before the fight, and the strategy here is to wait for Omar to start throwing kicks, and once the kicks come, to flurry over them.
Nice hook. And good head movement.
Yeah,
Beautiful head movement.
Brent's got some nice head movement here, but Omar's really quick with it and got head movement of his own, likes to fight with the hands down. I think Brent's kind of on the same page most of the time. He's a hands down kind of guy too. And man, they're throwing hard, throwing with intent, and that's a title fight way. That's the way you got to be in a title fight. If you want to beat the champion for that belt, you got to take it from him, and you got to take the fight to the champ. And so far, Brent Williams is doing a good job of doing that.
Fantastic job.
As a challenger, you want to come out and really establish yourself, put the champion on the back foot.
you know, just when you have the belt, you can't come out too cocky.
Exactly. And I definitely don't think Omer is approaching the fight in that way. He's fighting pretty much like he always fights, in my opinion.
And he's doing the little feint with the hips, and it's just not quite working for Brent.
Yeah, Brent's not biting on a lot of the feints. I think that's a big difference maker so far. Brent landed a very solid punch across the guard there of Omer Hassan.
The only thing I'm worried about, I just don't want Brent to tire himself out.
Right.
We've seen how that's played out the past couple of fights. He doesn't look tired to me, but.
Well, the wrestling's not there, right? And I think that a large part of it has been the wrestling and the grappling. So in a fight where he's forced to only strike, it's going to be interesting to see if he gets more tired or less tired as the fight goes on. 10 seconds left in this opening round. Cannot believe it's already been 2 minutes. It's been 2 minutes of straight action here.
Nice hook by
Williams. Man, Williams on the pursuit. And I got to tell you, Williams made a statement at the end of that round. That was several punches.
He's over there in the corner joking, making jokes and laughing. I think Omar might have got a little confident before the fight even started. I think, like I said, it's a lot harder to keep the belt than it is to get it.
All right, fight fans on the edge seat here in downtown Marriott in Spartanburg, South Carolina. Our first title fight is off to a banger of a start. Omer Hassan seems to have worn those punches at the end of the round quite well. He's already ready to go before the bell, before the call. And Brent Williams immediately off that stool answering the call himself.
And he doesn't even look phased. He's ready to go.
Neither of them do. I mean, both these guys have great conditioning. I have no doubt they're going to have trouble going the distance if they need to. Already, I mean, Brent starts things off immediately with a hard punch.
Now Omar comes out a little harder.
You know, Omar, when he swings with the hands, I think he's more used to doing the kicking because when he does swing with the hands, he tends to leave himself vulnerable. And I think Brent is just so close and so on him and not biting on the kick feints that he's forcing him to box with him. I think that's a great strategy for Williams to implement here.
Yeah, I think Brent has the better boxing out of the two for sure.
And if he can keep it a boxing
like that,
match.
touch, bang.
A little bit of clinch work there. I think those situations kind of favor Brent as the MMA fighter too, coming out of this from that MMA background. Omer has no grappling experience. Oh, Brent Williams just landed a huge cross, and he has Omer Hassan hurt on the fence, and he lets him out of the clinch. Smart by Brent. The challenger is taking it to the champion right now.
He's got him in deep waters.
And Omar's clinching onto that glove because he wants a break, and he gets it by holding on to that glove. Brent Williams is fired up. Brent, please don't lose yourself in this moment. Stay composed. Omer Hassan needs to find some space for himself. He needs to circle and get off this fence if he wants to stay in this fight, because right now Brent Williams is punishing him. And
he's trying to hold the glove.
Yeah, holding the glove is a good strategy here because it's buying him some time, but that will burn your arms out. And then once your arms are burned out, all you can do is kick. That's all you're going to be able to do. And I think a clinch-heavy strategy against a guy who's got a lot more time in the wrestling game and against the fence, I think that's a bad investment.
Especially with the reach that Brent has and the height, he's just
showing his back to Brent.
Omar's almost looking kind of desperate holding that glove like that.
Oh, and Brent's right back on him on cage wall.
I think he's going to finish it.
Man.
But saved by the bell again.
Yeah,
saved by the bell again.
Now that was a lot different because Omar, in the end of the first round, he was choosing to stay there and kind of hang out. In this, he couldn't escape. He was trying desperately to get out of that situation and could not.
I think I almost see in Brent Williams' corner then saying to sweep. If you're Omar's corner right now, what are you saying? What are you telling him to do?
Circle off the fence. We've got to get back to the center.
Get your back off.
We've got to get back to the center. When Brent has him cornered, it's bad news. And also, he's got to find a way to buy himself some space. The best way to do that is usually behind your jab while while you're circling, but he's got to circle away from Brent's power too. There's a lot of factors to keep in mind here, and one of the biggest ones is the fact that so far Hassan has not been able to really implement his kicking game. His strongest strength has been kind of taken off the table, at least for these first 2 rounds.
As of right now, I think we might see a new champion.
Maybe.
But we know the fight game's relentless.
The fight game is relentless. Nobody knows it better than Brent Williams. All right, 3rd round. Still got a possible 2 to go after this, but we'll see if we need all 5. Now Brent's throwing some kicks, and that may entice Hassan. That's what I was thinking. It may entice Hassan to throw a little bit more.
I think as long as Brent doesn't tire himself out.
Brent's swarming him. I think that the swarm must continue, but I also like that Brent is kind of slowing down a little bit. He's not in a rush to get back to the spot, but once he gets there.
He almost went for a takedown. Sometimes things get desperate though when you're in there.
I mean, I think that this is working for Hassan because the ref's not doing anything to stop it. Realistically, this is against the rules. It is against the rules to manipulate the gloves in any rule set, but the ref's not really calling him for it, so why not just keep doing it if you need that time?
That's also one of those things, if you've never seen it before, it's hard to say, like, oh, can you do that or can you not do that?
Right, exactly. And it's just been all Brent Williams these first 3 rounds.
The whole first 3 rounds. And that hook, whoa.
And Omer Hassan, when he gets against the wall, I mean, he's a very capable.
He's grabbing his leg.
He's a very capable fighter, and he's traditionally been very good at fight for it. But tonight, when he gets along that fence wall, he's a heavy bag for Brent Williams.
100%. Like I said, if you cut somebody off and you work them against the cage and you don't let them out and you don't let up on them, that was a nice body shot from Omar.
Great body shot, right to the liver too. Just barely glanced off the ribs there. He'll need a lot more like that to get back in this fight.
He keeps going for his leg. I just don't understand.
Yeah, I think this is some pretty horrible officiating.
Yeah.
And you can hear the corner. I hear the Matrix corner saying, Omar, you've got to get off that fence.
Yeah.
And I couldn't agree more. 3 rounds in the books, and I think Brent Williams has won all of them handedly.
Absolutely, 100%.
And Brent messaged me on Thursday after I did my pre-fight show, and he said, everybody thinks I'm just a grappler. Everybody thinks I'm just a jiu-jitsu guy in MMA. I'm going to show them that I can strike. And he has shown us that his striking has changed dynamically in his time at Gym O.
Absolutely. And then I think something like when you take like the loss that he took against Dylan Williams where you're getting knocked out, you know, that's something that hurts your soul. And I think he wanted to come back and put a really big stamp on that and be like, look, it was just a bad night for me. It happened, but I'm here, I'm back, and that's not the fighter I am. He's over there flexing, he's ready to go.
All right, finally, our referee, I think, is warning Omer about the timidity and about the glove grabbing.
Single legs.
Yeah, that's tough too. I mean, I've seen guys go for that too, but.
Yeah. Nice. That was a beautiful setup. He feinted with like he was going to throw the front kick.
Man, Omer has just not gotten out of first gear yet. He is just still.
That was a nice inside leg. Yeah, there we go.
That's what we're like to see right there. And you see that as soon as he gets off that cage wall, it's a different fight. When he's allowed to get wide and set up these kicks, when he's allowed to get wide and set up these kicks like this, it's a very, very different game for him.
That head movement.
Brent kind of feigning a little bit here and kind of, I mean, you know, it's one of those things, right, where you're up 3 rounds. If you're going to do a feel out,
nice hook by Brent.
This might be the time to feel out some stuff a little bit.
And now we know this is going to be to the point where Omar knows it's all or nothing.
Oof.
And that was a nice right hand.
Oh! Brent Williams with a 5-punch combo there.
That stunned him.
Stunned him, and Omar's playing it off well.
But yeah, I saw the lights go out for a second.
That's what it looked like. It either looked like the lights went out or he got that far away look in his eyes, you know? Brent Williams is dominating this fight so far. Omer Hassan now back against the cage wall, and Brent Williams jumping in to keep him there.
But this is not the time for Omar to be defeated. Don't give up yet. You're still in the fight.
No, certainly not. And, you know, when he does get to the center of the ring, he lands hard.
And that's the problem with the mentality aspect of it, is if you go in there and you start getting that mindset of I'm losing, I've lost, that's how you're going to perform the rest of the fight.
Brent's landed some really clean punches in the last 2 rounds. And I'm so shocked at Omar's ability to take them and not, you know, get wobbled, get knocked down.
They're chipping away a little bit to the body. And he still held on to the glove.
Yeah.
But I guess you kind of get to the point when you're Omar where you're trying to do anything and everything you can at this point. I know that he knows.
Right.
The fight's not going his way, so he's going to do anything and everything that he can to try to.
One
and
more
look at
round
that.
left.
Look at that beautiful strap. Look, I think his coach is saying, "Hey, this is yours. It's about to be gone."
The first of many title fights here tonight about to come to a conclusion, and this one has been an absolute thriller.
You know what? I've been having so much fun with you tonight.
Aw, thank you, Taylor. I always have a blast with you. I'm glad that you got to do the whole card instead of just a few fights here and there. I think.
It's been a while.
I hope we do this
All
again
right.
soon.
Last round. Let's see. Gold on the line. Oh, are they talking smack? Are they talking smack?
I mean, I think it's a little weird to be talking smack in Omar's position the way you've been fighting tonight. I have all the respect in the world for Hassan, but he's being outclassed in every round, in my opinion.
I'm telling you, he's pulling every tool he can possibly pull out of his bag.
You know, that might, like you're saying, that might be a good tool to pull, right? Like try to anger Brent, try to get him unfocused.
Messy,
try to get him messy.
Nice straight right.
Straight cross.
Do it again, Brent.
Brent Williams feeling himself. No surprise there. Yeah, let's just start suplexing him.
We're gonna wrestle.
If he wants to wrestle, just start suplexing him. It's interesting that, you know, we get in this situation where Brent Williams comes back over from MMA and everybody's like, he's not going to be able to hang with Hassan. Hassan's a true striker. Brent's more of a grappler.
Hook.
Now we get to the championship fight. Hassan's suddenly the grappler and Brent Williams the striker. And Brent, I know you're going to be listening to this as soon as you can, probably tonight. You're probably going to be listening to this commentary, so I hope I'm doing you proud here with Taylor.
Beautiful fight.
Oh, man, he snapped his head back with that one clean, buddy. Brent Williams is here to make a statement, and could be 5 straight rounds of domination.
Wow. It's just been an onslaught for Brent Williams.
And there it is again.
Holding the glove, like,
it's against the rules to do that. I don't know what else you can say other than it is against the rules.
We're not the judges. Look at us like we were
and Williams giving him no time, just punches him straight on in the head.
Omar's looking just completely defeated. Here's where he's going to grab the glove again.
And even when the ref's calling for a break, he's not breaking.
Yeah.
That's pretty egregious. It's like, dude, you need to have a point
taken. Like, this is where we were talking.
It's against the rules. It's against the rules. I don't know. I mean.
It's against the rules.
Oh!
It's against the rules. There you go.
Finally. About time. After 5 straight rounds, we're going to have some consequences. Oh, God. Brent, every time. Brent is touching him with power.
Make him miss and make him pay. Oh, he's talking smack. And he's still holding his glove. He just told him.
All right, 5 rounds in the books. I'm going to be interviewing the winner.
That was good. Good job.
microphone?
Hey, I've been talking about you on here all night.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Judges' decision is in. And your winner, and still undefeated out of the red corner, Brent No Luck Williams.
All right, I'm here with the winner and new champion, Brent Williams. No luck is what they call him, but tonight, luck was not a factor. Luck was not needed. Brent, I just wanted to talk to you. What was the words that were exchanged before the 5th round started?
I called him a pussy, and he said, I'm right here. And I said, but you're not doing anything.
Yeah, I thought it was a little weird that they allowed him to manipulate the gloves for 5 straight rounds before giving him a warning. That is definitely against the rules and its timidity, yet we saw no officiating or any kind of rule infractions there until the 5th round. How did you feel about that?
I don't really care. I mean, if he wanted to fight MMA, we could, but it was takedowns and kickboxing.
Right before, during the preview to this fight, it was like, Brent's not going to be able to hang with Hassan. Hassan's a true striker. Brent's more of a grappler. Then we got in here, you turned him into a grappler after a couple punches. After 5 straight rounds of domination, everything you've been through the past year getting ready for this fight, how do you feel, brother?
I feel good. I'd like the Dylan Williams rematch if that's something they can make. I mean, I talked about it right after the loss because it was bullshit, but hey, if they want to run it, we can run it.
All right, man. Well, besides that, is there anything you want to say to your team? Any shout-outs you want to give before I let you get out of here?
Yeah, Diego, Cameron, Dylan, Seki, really everybody at Gym O, they pushed me. I mean, we were in the gym after training sessions, putting in the conditioning. I mean, it shows. You look at, he was giving up at the end of the 2nd round. I could fight 5 more rounds if I needed to, especially with him. He fucking sucks. So.
Well, there you go. Never fails to say a few words. Let me give it up for Brent Williams, your new champion at Fight For It.
Hey, oh my goodness, it's good to see you. I saw someone wearing the Fight Doctor shirt, so I was wondering.
Yeah, that's one of our PAs.
Let me make sure they can't hear me over there.
Yeah.
How are ya?
Great. Glad
So
to
good to
see
see
you.
you.
Definitely. I said hello to Keith and stuff, and Brian.
Yeah.
So Brian's sister-in-law works with me in the hospital.
Oh, really?
How you doing?
Oh, Brianna.
Yeah, Brianna, right.
Yeah. I love
Good to
her.
see you.
I know. I'll have to come see you after.
Okay.
All right.
That was a great words from Brent Williams.
Brent never fails. He never fails. I was thinking to myself, right before that last question, I was like, this is a little reserved from him, and then he let him have it.
Then he put the cherry on top of the question.